Hockey will be coming back this winter as the NHL and the NHL Players Association agreed to a 56-game regular season, which is starting on January 13th. Training camps will begin January 3rd, and there will be no preseason games, which is a rather interesting thing. They don't really have enough time for that anyway, so that's probably why they did that. And for the 17s that didn't participate in the previous season's return to play, will be permitted to open their camps as early as December 31st on New Year's Eve. Excuse me. The Stanley Cup playoffs will have 16 teams in a best of seven, 4-round format, and will conclude around mid-July. So basically the same as before. And they plan to return to a normal hockey schedule for the 2021-2022 season. The NHL also released the 2020-21 season schedule, health and safety protocols, and transition rules in a calendar with critical dates to every single team. And this year it's a rather different because the divisions have been flipped around a bit. Given that the U.S. Canadian border can't be really crossed a lot. The North Division will consist of all the Canada teams. The East team's pretty far. That's pretty explanatory. Same thing with the West and same thing with the Central. All the North teams in that division will play each other at least 9 or 10 times, and the other three divisions will play each other 8 times in each division. Um, so Mario, man, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think of this?
I mean, well, first of all, I think a lot of these players are, especially the rookies, again, I think they're all going to be affected by not having a preseason. But like you said, there's really not nothing they can do about that. They didn't have enough time to, and obviously, hockey fans do want the NHL season to start. Um, as for everything else, basically everything stays the same as from last year, right? Except for I believe the divisions.
Yeah, the divisions got changed because of the border issue.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting season. It's going to be very interesting to see because basically, I mean, these teams play each other. These teams play each other. Every team plays every team, at least one time every season. At least 1 or 2 times every season. So I mean, like nothing right there changes, but it will be interesting to see a new team in the division, in like a new certain division, because that division could have been held or controlled by, like, for instance, we'll go with like the Penguins or the Nationals, and you add another new team to that. For example, I don't know who the new teams are or where they're going, but you add a new team to that division, and all of a sudden they can't dictate that division like they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of so the division change, that's going to be a big factor right there. No preseason, that's going to be a big factor right there. Other than that, I don't think really anything else changes. Um, they're doing exactly, I think, what the NBA was doing. They're trying to get the seasons going already. They're just trying to get them to start as quick as possible. Because I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. It seems like yesterday since the NHL and the NBA were starting, And I remember all of us when COVID affected all sports and there was nothing on. I remember we were all bored out of our mind, and then all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 months later, there was like there was so many sports on at the same time we didn't know what to watch. So I mean, it's almost getting to that again. I mean, I'm happy NHL is coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a Blue Jackets fan, so like I'm hoping for them to win. I mean, you're a Boston Bruins fan. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they came close, I think, a couple of years ago, but they just couldn't do it. So I mean, hey, look, man, I'm can't wait for the NHL season to start, man. I'm glad it's starting soon. I mean, unfortunately, no preseason. I can see a lot of teams starting off slow. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we saw in the NFL when there was no preseason. We saw a lot of teams starting off slow, and they slowly started improving and developing and everything like that. And they slowly started picking their way back up. So I mean, so honestly, I can't wait to see it, but I think it's going to have a very slow start to it. I think it might be a very boring start to it. I think we're going to see a lot of teams really shine in the beginning, but might not shine towards the end. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like I feel it's going to be just like the NFL. I just believe that they're wanting to start it as quick as possible, just like the NBA wanted to start as quick as possible. And I mean, best of luck to the NHL. And again, what I do like though, before I end, I'm ended on this note. What I do like though is that the reason why like all these teams go into different divisions due to COVID, I do like that because now it's less of a risk of NHL players catching COVID. I mean, I guarantee you there's going to be a few of them catching COVID. I mean, we don't want to see that, but let's face reality, somebody will end up catching it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
unless they're in a bubble, which I don't think they're going to be in a bubble this time. You get what I'm saying? So the reality is somebody will probably catch COVID. A few players will, but I do like how the risk is lower due to the fact that now there's new teams, new divisions, and plus it adds something new. You know what I'm saying? It adds new excitement. Now we got teams facing each other more than usual, and we're gonna see how this season turns out. But I mean, good luck to the NHL, and I hope they have a successful season.
Yeah, so do I. And I also find it really cool how like they ended in mid-July, but they're gonna still have the hockey season go back to normal for next season, which I think the NBA is doing. I think every league's gonna try and do that. I think
Right.
the only league that hasn't done that is the NFL because they don't really have to. I mean, they play 16
Right.
games a season.
Right.
So it's
And
not
I will say,
hard.
and on a statement with that, I will say this: it is a lot different than the NBA because the Summer Olympics are coming up. It's not the winter, so
Yeah,
the NHL can take even more time. I think the NHL this season might be more successful than the NFL season due to the fact, not like ratings or anything like that, but due to the fact that they have more time to work with. You know what I'm saying? The NBA has to go, go, go. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
got to start the season, get it done. Bam! Now it's time for the U.S. Olympics. You know what I'm saying? But the NHL don't got Olympics till another 2 years or so. I mean, the NHL can take as much time as they want. They start off early. They can take as much time as they want to go through the season. Honestly, they could have did a full season. I feel
yeah.
like I really do think the NHL could have did a full season
See,
because there's nothing, you know what I'm saying? There's really nothing that's stopping them from doing a full season like the NBA is.
right. The reason why I didn't do that though is because they want to return to normal calendar like they were prior
Okay.
to all. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's why they shortened it.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
They could have did it. They could have did a full season, but that makes sense, because they want to return to the normal calendar and they
yeah,
want everything to be the same again. Because in order for us to experience everything the same again, we have to go back to that routine.
yeah. Right.
So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and like you said, with the having no preseason, like we said on the show on the channel many times. Yeah, it affects the players. It affects the teams as a whole. Like you said, they're gonna have a slow start, but then eventually it's gonna pick up. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna turn out. Um, I think there's gonna be a different champion this year because of it. Maybe not. Who knows? We're gonna see. Those
Agreed. The
teams.
NHL usually has like two different teams every finals and like something
Yeah,
new every year. So I mean, yeah, I think there'll be a new champion as well.
yeah. The damn lightning. Anyway, yeah. So I hope the season goes well. Go Bruins, and I hope it's successful.